was going to do a makeup look, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do the video talking about all my favorite top palettes of 2025. There's no specific number. I think it's around like 20. I can't do that top 10 and all that stuff. I'd be lying if I said there was a top 10 and there were other palettes that I couldn't jam in there. It would just be bullshit and just unrealistic for me personally. So I'm just going to talk about all my favorite ones. We're going to go through and show you them, and yeah. Okay, so first one on that list is the Unearthly Gothic Romance. I don't feel like this palette got enough shine or love in this year. When I tell you the quality in this alone is freaking amazing. I feel like a lot of people were scared to try this one because the shadow sculpt had squishy shimmers, and so people assumed that it would be the same thing in this one, and I promise you it is not. They are just silky freaking smooth. They're gorgeous, and yeah, they're smooth, they're not squishy, and they're super reflective, gorgeous. The mattes are some of the best mattes I think I've ever tried from Unearthly, personally. And just the color story alone, like, you can do so much with this. Like, this is just right up my alley. I love this palette so much. I've used it multiple times, and I love every single look. And I think this was Unearthly's best palette of 2025, and probably one of my favorites that they've ever done. Okay, next up, I would definitely, if I had to rank them, would be at the top of the list, but it is the Grounded palette, aka Tones of Turd. Are you kidding me? If you know me, I love the murky greens. The shimmers in here were super special. Like, this palette is so fun. I think it's one of Glaminatrix's best palettes, but also staying with Glaminatrix, Timeless Tones. This palette is one of my favorite from Glaminatrix. It is a cool toned neutral palette of my dreams. I've been kind of getting more into neutral this year, and I'm like really enjoying them, especially cool tones. And this one is just absolutely delicious. I wore this to 2 different weddings. I wore it like going out on date night with my hubby. Like, I love this freaking palette. And sticking with Glaminatrix, Bonfire. Another one that is just equally as good as Tones of Turd, and this specifically, this quad right here, is just like a perfect everyday look for me, like if I'm gonna wear makeup. Just absolutely delicious. And the shimmers, like the more neutral shimmers, they're so beautiful. Like, you can't even like see really, but Glaminatrix killed it this year. They had probably the most of my favorite launches this year. So yeah. But moving on, another brand that absolutely killed it this year was Divini Beauty, and Viva Siempre, I think that's how you say it, was a hit. I'm not even like a pinky person, and if you looked at this palette, you're like, okay, that's a really pink palette, but it leans more purple, and the shimmers in here are gorgeous. The formula is like Divini Beauty's formula is, amazing. And this palette was just, the look that I did with this was amazing. I can't wait to use this more. Staying on Divini, another one was Mingo. This palette is, look at this palette. Are you kidding me? Like, look how gorgeous this palette is. It is just absolutely beautiful. Like, she really knows how to put together like these gorgeous, unique tones and color stories together. And this is just stunning. And yeah, I can't wait to see what Dini does in 2026. I'm super excited. Okay, so there's 2 things from Terra Moons outside of my palette, Aurora Chasing. There is the Ophiuchus palette. This is their first manufactured palette before mine came out, and look at this color story. This is juicy, delicious, stunning. The shimmers are so good. It was just such a gorgeous palette. I love it. I did really fun looks with this. And the other one that I want to talk about was the Winter on Saturn. I'm going to put a picture up instead because all my singles are put away. It's not technically a palette, but it is one of my favorite collections that she's ever done. And it's basically like those cool tones. Like, one of the shades is actually this one, and like the grays. This is an old sample from like testing my other, it's a sample from when I was doing my collection. So I just use it as like an empty palette now. But it's like these gray tones, like these blue gray tones. Oh, So good. The matte specifically in that collection, the Winter on Saturn, was just my absolute favorite. Okay, so the next two ones are going to be the Emo Adept and the EBEs. Yeah. I'm so happy that I have these in my collection. I did not regret spending the money on these. The shimmers, the matte selection, just gorgeous. And then the Emo Adept is... I think about this palette a lot. It's just gorgeous. It's so my vibe. You guys will probably see a pattern here. But also, Cryptine Cosmetics, Emerald City. To be fair, I love all the Cryptine palettes. All of them are, I love every single one of them. I think the only one that wasn't my vibe was Violet something. It was like a purpley, like a more dusty purples and pinks, and that was like the only one that was Violet Crazy, I think. But this one is one of their more recent ones. Slay. Amazing. I love greens. Okay. So to be fair with this brand, Bella Beauty Bar, I love everything that they drop. Everything. But this one in particular is probably one of my top favorite releases this year. This palette is just, the artwork is spectacular. And the inside, like, take it in. This is so beautiful. I love the shade Void. I know a lot of people had issues with this one, but it happened to be my favorite. I didn't have any. This is just a beautiful color story. It's beautiful. I love it so much. And this one, Green Goddess, I didn't hear a lot of hype about this one, and this one is equally as gorgeous. I think it's such a unique color story, and I love it so much. And yeah, I need to use this one again. This is just beautiful. It has like your neutrals, which the neutrals are like very neutral leaning, so I like that. They're not like warm. And then the greens, but specifically like this shimmers, like this shimmer Earth Mother is, it's so special. It's like one of those like marble shades, but like it is super special. And yeah, but to be fair, I loved every single release that they did this year. Come Play With Us was also another good one. It was a very unique color story, completely unexpected from the brand, and I literally guessed when I opened it. But yeah, those are my favorites from Bella Beauty Bar. Another one on the list for Unearthly, Murky Meadows. I love this color story. I love the looks that I created with it. This is another one I feel like didn't get enough hype, but the color story is just beautiful. It leans more warm, but like something about it, I think it's this like neon like shade in the middle, and it was just fantastic, and I loved it, and I loved the looks that I created with it, so I wanted to mention that one as well. So I have one from Nomad Cosmetics, and that is the Pacific Northwest. First of all, I want to go here so bad. So the packaging alone really stood out to me, and I love like these painting canvas kind of textures that they do. The artwork is just gorgeous. But not only that, but the inside was like the perfect color story for me. I have not used this enough. It literally looks unused, but the formulas in this, the shimmers in it, the look that I did with it, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful, and this is another palette that I really want to like dig into. I also have a plan for the rest of the month, I want to create looks with all of these palettes as much as I can, and like do multiple palettes for one look and really get some more use out of them. But there were so many good launches this year. So next up, Gourmand Girls. So Gourmand Girls never really like has made a palette. Like, I love all their palettes, like they're really nice, but I've never had one that was like, okay, this is fucking amazing and like that is my jam. But they did this palette this year, the Nevermore palette. Like, are you kidding me? Look at this color story. They nailed this. This is so beautiful. It's like I said, it's rare when Gourmand Girls like really wows me, but this one really stood out to me. I think they did a fantastic job. That one, and also the Trap palette was beautiful too, but the Nevermore palette, oh my god, I blew my, oh my god, can't talk, took my breath away. Absolutely. Okay, gotta mention Diveroon and Andromeda. This right here is Look at that. Andromeda, they absolutely killed this palette. I love this palette so much. The color story is so unique and special, and the shades in it are gorgeous. And I think that they just did a really good job. The artwork, everything, just everything about the palette is, there's a fly flying around in here. Get out of my face. But yeah, congrats to Andromeda, my friend. They did just killed it. Absolutely killed it. Okay, so the one that I had on this list when I made this list for cosmic brushes was Starlight Society. This is beautiful. Just beautiful. It's got like that, what's it called? Whimsy goth vibes, and I'm so here for it. But unexpected release after that was the Death palette, and I love this one even more. This one is definitely, like, I would have to say like top 5. If I had to rank them, it would be in the top 5. This is just my perfect color story. I could use this every day and just have a freaking blast. So you will definitely be seeing more from me with that one. Okay. Lastly, these are the last now 2. When I made my list, at the time, it was Beauty Below. This palette is gorgeous. Just another beautiful artwork. I love the format that Blend Bunny did. This palette is just so beautiful. Now, this color story is very dark leaning, so this is a great like companion palette, mostly palette, but I would need a companion palette for some like more lighter shades, and like that's okay. I don't mind that. I love using multiple palettes, but Maggie absolutely just did such a beautiful job on this, and I love Lore too, so this is kind of like a, they're like a match made in heaven. So again, at the time, that was my favorite. And then Haunt Me came. And I've only used this once, but I just know that like this, along with like Longing, this is going to be one of those palettes that I use a lot from Blend Bunny. So yeah. Did Longing came out last year, I think. If it was this year, Longing would also be on this list, as well as Haunt Me. This is beautiful. Like the tones in it are really nice. It's just a really, the formulas are great. This is beautiful. I think there's a lot more palettes I'm sure that like I'm missing that were absolutely incredible. Like the Drama palettes were great from like C Beauty brands. Yeah, everybody killed it this year. So there was a lot of favorites. I can't just pick 10. Can't just pick 5. Oh no, the cats are fighting upstairs. Sorry. But yeah, I also wanted to give some other mentions to non-eyeshadow palettes. And I'm going to mention the Slayfire Stardust collection. They are loose pigments. And they look like this. These are so special. I have a lot of pigments. I got a whole drawer right here full of pigments, and these were very unique and special to my collection, and I've used these so much this year, and they're top notch. Those are all like my honorable mentions and things that I really, really enjoyed. I have enjoyed a lot more than just these, but these are the ones that like really are at the top of the list. I'm sorry that I couldn't narrow it down to just 10 or 5 or... That is what it is. Just being honest. So, yeah. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see going into 2026. I definitely plan to like post more and make more time for YouTube. I'm trying to be like post at least like once or twice a week at this point. So, yeah. I'm excited. And every time I post I get more and more followers, and I really appreciate you guys being here, and I love like this tiny little community that we have over here. Love talking to you guys. So yeah, and if you guys want to talk to me more, hit me up on Instagram. I always answer my DMs, and if it gets stuck in requests, I will see it eventually and I will always reply to you. Just say you're from YouTube. I love chatting with you guys. So yeah, if you celebrate Christmas, I hope that you have a happy holidays and a happy new year, and yeah. Lots of love to you guys. Hugs. I'll see you later.